on the approaches to the Japanese homeland, captured by United States troops only last June. In intervening months, Navy construction battalions and Army engineers have labored incessantly to convert this tiny island into a workable base for the 21st Bomber Command, the mighty B-29 super fortresses. The airstrip gradually takes shape. Coral rock is dug from flooded quarries and from hillsides, foundation material for a landing field that the Japanese radio had predicted could never be built. Fleets of trucks, bumper to bumper, work on fast schedule to transport crushed rock to the field. The base layer is delivered. An asphalt plant set up on the island itself turns out tough surfacing material for heavy-duty runway. Here on Saipan, an amazing force of modern machines, run by skilled and tireless hands, rushes the new base to speedy completion. At Bowling Field, Washington, D.C., General Henry Arnold, Air Force's commander, greets the pilot and crew of the first superfort bound for Saipan. The flyers take with them a message from General Arnold. To the warlords of Japan, we have not forgotten. The B-29s will remind you again and again and again. The first B-29s arrive at Saipan, 7,000 miles from their starting point in the USA. Every man on Saipan has worked toward this day. Now they welcome the big bombers. General Haywood Hansel, leader of the 21st Bomber Command, second of the Super Air Forces, now dropping thousands of tons of explosives on Japan, even at Tokyo itself. All of Japan now comes within range, thanks to the men who make, who fly, who service, and who build the bases for the B-29. Long Island, New York, the proud family of 38-year-old General Emmett O'Donnell, who led the first superfort raid on Tokyo. Says young Mr. O'Donnell, "Nice going, Dad."
Nice going, Dad.
Cordell Hull, United States Secretary of State since 1933, resigns because of illness after half a century of devoted public service. Mr. Hull's abiding faith was often and clearly stated.
Each and all of us desire particularly to live at peace with every nation of the world.
Persistently, as here at Moscow, Mr. Hull worked toward world peace, as represented in the Dumbarton Oaks security proposals. Expected to return as a high advisor after regaining his health, Mr. Hull has succeeded as Secretary of State by Under-Secretary Edward Stettinius. The Variety Clubs of America meet in Washington and confer their annual humanitarian award on Cordell Hull in recognition of his tireless efforts toward peace. Accepting on Hull's behalf, new Secretary of State Stettinius speaks of international collaboration.
If the agony brought by the war to almost every home is to end quickly, each of us must keep his shoulder to the wheel constantly, steadfastly, until the task is done. Total victory, decisive and complete, can only be won by total effort. With equal determination, we must move forward in closest collaboration with all the United Nations toward the completion of the great charter establishing those institutions of international cooperation for peace and for freedom and for progress, which our victory will make possible.
The flying boxcar, built to carry a tremendous cargo of Army vehicles and supplies within its roomy fuselage. Loaded through rear doors, this C-82 transport plane is designed for the swift transfer of vital military freight from production line to battlefront. The C-82 takes off easily, lifting after a brief run. In great new specially designed transports like this one lies one answer to the pressing problem of supply. An amazing new device for air-sea rescue, the airborne lifeboat. It is flown anywhere over water in B-17 bombers, then dropped to flyers forced down at sea. 27 feet long, it weighs 1.5 tons. It is streamlined to fit under the bomb bay and has little effect on speed or maneuverability. In an emergency, the bomber drops its unsinkable lifeboat, shown by the slow-motion camera. Three heavy-duty parachutes send the boat down gently but accurately, and watertight compartments keep it upright and afloat, no matter how it lands. For crash survivors, the lifeboat is equipped with water and food for 60 days, 2 gasoline engines to carry them up to 500 miles, and sails to take them farther. Dramatic new help for men against the sea. Mail for the fleet. United States Navy postmen sort out tons of parcels and packages for sailors scattered over the 7 seas. Routed to the far-flung battle stations, sacks are loaded on a mail ship for delivery at sea. A destroyer alongside, ready to pick up mail for its own crew and for other ships of the group. Without altering speed, mail is delivered on deck by breeches buoy from mail ship to destroyer. Eagerly awaited word from home for the men at sea. Japanese bombers attack American shipping off Leyte Island in the Philippines. The sky is a patchwork of shell bursts, and an enemy plane is shot down. Another plunging into the sea. Dive bomb attack on a United States ship. The bomb misses, but Navy gunners don't miss. The Japanese plane is shot down. Mortally wounded, an enemy plane comes down in a long glide to crash into an American landing craft. Heavy fighting continues on Leyte, with American big guns pounding the reinforced enemy. Tacloban Air Base, immediate objective of Allied landings on Leyte, is put into operation. General MacArthur watches as P-38s take off. The possession of Tacloban airstrip now gives American forces the opportunity of using land-based air power in the battle for Leyte and advances beyond.